Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? All right, so today I have somebody very exciting with me. I have Dr. Anushi Somaya. Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? All right, so my voice is echoing. I have somebody very exciting with me. I have Dr. Anushi Somaya. Good evening, everyone. How are Okay, I'm just trying to fix this. So today I have with me Dr. Anushi Somaya. She is a holistic life coach, a teen and youth facilitator, and the founder and director of Divine Wellness from Dubai. Hello, Dr. Anushi.
Hi, Dishita. Hello, everyone.
Am I audible?
Perfectly.
Yeah, yes, I think there is a lag. All right. Let's hope the internet is in harmony with our discussion today.
Absolutely. Let's send some love to internet.
Absolutely. Let's begin with that. So, Dr. Anushi, would you like to tell our audience and our followers what exactly do you do?
Yes, Dishita, I would love to do that. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me and encouraging me to do this live. And I'm so grateful to be here and totally excited.
Likewise.
And it's lovely to see the young people like you doing this work, Dishita.
Thank you,
Doctor. Really lovely. So guys, I am Dr. Anushi Somaya, and I'm a holistic life coach. I'm internationally certified Helio Life teacher, teen and youth empowerment facilitator. I'm a founder and director of Divine Wellness. I believe that healthy body, peaceful mind, and serene soul is perfect wellness. I help people to achieve this perfect wellness. And when you achieve this perfect wellness, all areas of your life just smoothly flow. So let's have fun together. All right, over to Dishita.
Awesome, Dr. Anushi. Your smile just reflects everything that you just said. So thank you for introducing yourself. And we're so glad that, we're all here to learn something from this live. And I am blessed that I get to work with you so closely. So thank you for being here and thank you for making time to be here. Now, Dr. Anushi, what are labels? We've all heard about limiting beliefs, about the way we are conditioned while growing up, but what are labels? Can you take us into that topic a little more than just, the surface level?
Definitely, Dishita. We can go into that subject, but would you like to say hello to some people who might be joining today?
Sure. The thing is, I can't switch my my slides right now if I'm on Zoom. Yeah, I have a lag on Facebook, so we might be having a 20-second lag if I go back into it. But sure, so once we dive in,
yeah, let's welcome each one of them from our heart. That please accept our welcome and thank you so much for joining. So we can do that, right, Dishita? Of course, we are getting used to the technology and getting better and better. So guys, we will talk about the labels, especially the teen and youth. They carry many labels, and even the adults, they carry fewer labels with them throughout their life. And what are these labels? Where do they come from? And how these labels not help you or obstruct you, hinder you to achieve something which you would like to achieve and doesn't fit into that well-being, it obstructs you somewhere. And how do we let them go? How do we release them? This is all we can talk about today, Dishita.
Absolutely, love that. Do you want to give some examples of labels so that it's a little more clear for our listeners?
Definitely. As I mentioned, that we all carry labels, something which we believe about ourselves, something We feel that that's who we are. And some of them are good, but there could be some of the labels, they limit us. So we'll talk about them, because anyways, the empowering one are helping us. And the limiting words are the ones which are pulling us down. So, for example, some people, or you all can relate to this, that some people think I'm lazy, I'm stupid, I'm mess, I will never change, I'm always unorganized, or I'm always late, or I'm so ugly, I'm not that smart, I'm just a mediocre, or I'm a slow learner, and so on. Right?
Perfect. Relatable, very relatable, yes. So are you saying, Dr. Anushi, what perhaps we think are a part of our personality or nature is just labels that we've given ourselves, and these cause us to be the person we are. So it's the other way around, right? It's not a part of our personality. They've become a part of our personality because we've given them a label for ourselves.
Exactly. And we adapt this as it just sets in our subconscious and it becomes our part of it, even though we don't like that.
Right. Awesome. So you mentioned a few common labels, like, being fat, being lazy, being, unfit, or just, not being there where you want to be. Okay, but these are some common labels that we often hear from our clients, from people that we meet. In fact, I've been there, when you say these things, and I've come a long way since childhood. I had labeled myself a lot of these labels as well. But Dr. Anushi, are there any uncommon labels that you would like to bring up right now? Something that you and I wouldn't have known if it didn't come through from a client or somebody we know. Would you like to bring up any of these uncommon labels?
Yeah, I remember one of the clients, this lady, she was a very talented, very beautiful, educated, and at a very high post in some multinational company. But this lady had really tried hard to be like men, because in her childhood, she had heard that you are a girl, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So somewhere she felt that she is inferior to boys. Similarly, sometimes boys also hear few things like, don't cry like a baby or don't cry like a girl. And they feel that, okay, this is something bad, and they become really hard and they don't allow themselves to be vulnerable or open, or they also sometimes become aggressive. Right. So that happens.
Right. You rightly said, we all carry labels, and irrespective of our gender, sometimes that becomes a part of our label. And even I came across somebody who had a similar situation growing amongst brothers, and she was told to behave like a boy just because there were a lot of guys in the family. And it's very sad, and at the same time I feel like I'm glad we have coaches like you that is trying to empower the youth, that listen, you need to break the barriers and you need to stop boxing yourself. Like, I literally see them as boxes, right? Don't box yourself into a certain category. And thank you for bringing that example up. I'm sure a lot of people that are going through that in their early teens could perhaps relate to it. Now, Dr. Anushi, why is that we have these labels? That would be very interesting to know.
And where is the root? We can talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And even we can share them about our own labels also, because we all yeah, let's start with that. So first, let me tell one of the labels I was carrying for a long time. I used to think that I am a shy person. Somewhere I took that. And
I wouldn't believe that.
So for a long time, I used to think that, and it didn't allow me to fully express myself. I used to hesitate to share my knowledge. Then I realized that this is something I don't want. I don't want to be a shy person. I would love to express fully. I would love to share my knowledge. I want to shine my light. And see, I identified and let that label go. And adopted some empowering beliefs. And here I am sharing with all of you calmly, confidently, no more than shy person. So
Love
I
that.
want to know from you, Dishita, did you have any label?
Yes, I had a lot of them. One was I can never be athletic. I never enjoyed sports growing up, so I always considered myself to be more artistic than a sportsy girl. So I never took part in any of the sports activity that happened in school. I would always run away. I would always come up with excuses. Now, you see, that was a belief that I built for myself. And growing up now, I enjoy a lot of sports. In fact, I love training for kickboxing. That's something I'm very passionate about. I do yoga, I do CrossFit, and it's amazing. Like we can have a push-up challenge, if anybody here on the live is up for it. And that wasn't the girl that I grew up as. So that's one of the labels that I gave myself. And I'm glad that we are being vulnerable here, because sometimes just accepting that you've given yourself a label also can be a challenge, right? And being aware that you're labeling yourself, or you're limiting yourself in any way. Could be physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I mean, it's just causing you harm and nobody else. So I'm glad we're having this discussion today.
Very true, very true. I totally agree, Dishita. Now let's tell them, where do they come from?
Absolutely. Would you want to dive into that topic?
Absolutely. I would love to touch base that. So belief system, the study says that the belief systems is almost created by the age of 5. And later on also, that keeps on, we add to that belief system. But at childhood, child is really open. So when you are a child, you experience different things, you hear, you see, you experience, and you absorb everything. And that subconscious mind of the child is totally open. It cannot reject. And according to that, the child makes the belief system. Few beliefs about himself or herself and about life. And today we are especially talking about the beliefs about ourselves. And some of them really help them to become a better person. And some really obstruct them or limit them. For example, if a child hears in his or her childhood from a teacher or somebody who's really a big, means they have respect for that person, that yeah, you are very good with maths. The child becomes really starts believing that, and the teacher appreciates in front of the class, the whole class applauds or something, the child starts believing, yes, I am good with numbers, and he or she really becomes really good at math. And similarly, if the child keeps on hearing or keeps on getting that message that you are cannot reject, is it fine? According to that, child.
Why am I hearing you
or keeps on.
It was,
there is
sorry,
any technology glitch?
Yes, I think the Facebook sound bumped into this Zoom call as well. Very rightly said, Dr. Anushi. And when you say a child picks up the appreciation, as well as if anybody has caused them any harm, it impacts their subconscious mind, right? So one very good example that comes to my mind is, for a lot of us, our report card became a big part of our belief system. Would you agree to that? Like everything that was written on a report card became like, okay, this is going to be me for the rest of my life.
Yes. And that labels them as average kid or just a mediocre student. I remember one of the clients, Dishita, that she was very good at in other areas, extracurricular and every activities, and everywhere she used to shine. But in academics, somewhere she heard it that many times she heard that you are just an average kid, and she started believing that I'm average in studies. And then as we started working, she realized that even academically she can do really well. and she actually got distinction.
Wow.
So how amazing is that, right? She does not have to be in that box of average kid. Now she says, she feels that, yeah, I can shine anywhere.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a beautiful story that you just shared. That also reminds me something, Dr. Anushi. So I had a client that always told me that I cannot be a morning person. So I made him go through this 2-week challenge that, you know what, let's just do it together. And within 10 days, so less than 2 weeks, that person has turned into a morning person now. And again, very raw, very young, just 18 years of age. And he had built that he cannot be a morning person, you know. So the truth is you can be anything and everything that you decide to be.
Absolutely.
Right?
True, very true. I totally agree to that. But here I want to tell some of the parents, because some parents, they feel that, oh, we gave them this label and they might feel guilty, right? So they don't have to feel guilty because they are doing the best as per their knowledge. No parent thinks bad about the kid, right? They are just doing the best. So I want to tell the parents that you are doing fine. You are just doing fine. Just use the proper language now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Language is the key.
True. And even the kids, even the teens or youth, they don't have to feel that, okay, why did they do, why that particular teacher did that to us or something. They don't have to blame them, right? They were doing the best. They just want us to improve. That's the reason they are doing. So we don't have to give that power to them that they did that. Because of that, we are like this. Now you are no more kid. Now you are young enough to choose the new thoughts, new beliefs. So you can start doing that and become the person you want to become, right? So that they need to take control of that, right?
Absolutely. I'd like to add something here. So, you know, as youth, one thing that we miss out on understanding, and I realized that very late in my life as well, that as much as we want to complain and blame that XYZ person introduced this belief to me, and you know, they did that, my teachers did that, my parents did that, my aunt did that, sibling did that. What we fail to forget is that they also have those labels with them, right? So rather be compassionate and understand, and you know, we both of us believe that take away this learning from this life, that as much as you can alter your belief system and change your labels, help these people also. Reach out to them and tell them that, listen, I know you've struggled with X, Y, and Z label or a belief. I'll teach you how to fix it. And we're coming to that just in a bit. But be compassionate and understand that all of us that have been mean or bad, or we've hurt somebody unintentionally, it's just because we haven't recognized that we carry those labels as well for ourselves. And not everybody is fortunate to get the right type of coaching and healing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Dishita, this reminds me one of my mentors, 𝗟𝗲𝗕𝗃𝗃. Okay, so this lady, in her childhood, she heard that she is very weak in English. She got D- in her English, and her English teacher said that you should never speak in public. And do you know, today she has 7 best-selling books, and she travels all around the world, and her profession is public speaking.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I love women that have broken the glasses and ceilings, and that they've done, you know, beyond what was told to them. Amazing. I think a lot of these people that are doing so well, you know, at one point they were told that, you know, they can't make it. I know Oprah Winfrey also had, you know, she was told to exit, you know, from speaking as well, and she wasn't considered. And look at her now. A lot of these leading personalities and all these legendaries, they've changed their labels that were perhaps given to them, or something that they inherited from their family. Yes. So thank you for sharing that example. And I mean, we all know Lisa Nichols. I mean, she's amazing at what she does.
True. So we can share that how can they let go these labels? That's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's jump on that. But Dr. Anushi, I'd like to ask you one question before we come to that topic. So,
Right.
if a client comes to you, okay, for example, I come to you and I tell you that, Dr. Anushi, I think I'm average and I don't know how do I, get through this label or limiting belief, okay? How would you begin? Do you actually jump onto my childhood or do you jump into different things that I do? How, like, so, the reason why I take you through this process is so that the listeners will actually be able to self-evaluate what areas have they given themselves labels.
True. So first, I would say that first thing, the person has to identify that what label it is, and it is limiting. It is there. First of all, the person should know, because some of the limiting beliefs are conscious. As you said, the person comes with, they know that, yeah, I have this belief that I'm an average kid, and this I have, but there could be some unconscious beliefs also. So first, to identifying them. So I help them to identify that. And perhaps if you have already identified, then first of all, you need to think, okay, this is my limiting belief. It's not allowing me to do what I would love to do or how I would like to work or take the action. But what happens is, the label which you give, it impacts your whole personality. For example, if the label is I'm lazy, the person will start having such thoughts. Yeah, I'm a lazy person. I never finish my work. I never have fulfilled the way I should be doing and all that. And those thoughts continuously bring that feeling to him or her, that, yeah, I'm feeling bored. And then the feeling of demotivation. And eventually person doesn't work, take action, and gets the same result, no moving forward, and laziness. And again, same cycle keeps on repeating. The person wants to change, but it is in deep rooted in the subconscious mind. So first is identifying, second, taking the decision that I need to change this.
Absolutely.
Once
We need to have the desire. Yep.
Exactly. So the person himself or herself should feel that, yeah, I want to change this. And once you do that, don't give your power to others. Take the power in your hand. That, yeah, this is something I would love to change it. And start telling yourself different story now. You were a kid and you were hearing all that, but now no person, place, or thing will come into your mind. You are the one who's thinking. So start using the different language for yourself. And same that with that strong faith that I want to change. And I can share that first easiest thing I can give to our listener is the technique to reach to your subconscious mind and reprogramming it with an empowering belief. So for the same way as the label of I am a lazy person, the person can replace it with an empowering belief by affirmations. So one of the techniques is affirmations. You might be knowing that affirmations are positive statements which we can make so that we can bring some change in our life or we can achieve something in our life. They are not true, actually. They're exactly the opposite of what it's the reality. But we want to bring that. So first of all, the person should sit and write what is the perfect affirmation for this. So for the lazy person, that could be, I am an active person. And some supporting affirmations also, like I am becoming better and better. I am finishing my work on time. Life has become very easy as I am finishing my work easily and on time. And I'm becoming more organized and I'm managing time well and all that. The person can write. And once the list is ready, the person can start doing the affirmations. You can do the affirmation in different ways. One of the ways, early morning maybe, just repeat them again and again with emotions. Because subconscious, couple of times maybe, because subconscious mind cannot reject what you are putting, even though it is just some false story right now. But once you tell this again and again, that becomes your new thought, new reality. And you actually start doing that. And even there are some other ways to do affirmations. Some people like to write a couple of times. As per my beloved teacher Louise, you can sing them, you can write them, you can do in meditation, or you can do whichever way you like to do it. Because it is only the objective is to plant new seeds in your subconscious mind, putting new beliefs in your subconscious mind. And remember, they are seeds. So don't think that, okay, today I put and the fruit will come today. No, it won't happen. So you need to be really trusting the process. You need to having that faith that, yeah, I am becoming this new person and I will surely become. So do that with that faith. And during the day also, be in that faith that, yeah, I am changing. I'm becoming this person. The person's label is average kid. No, I am doing really well. I am extraordinary. I have my talents and skills. I'm shining in particular area. So those should be the affirmations, and regularly you need to do them and change the beliefs, and even that changes your neural networking. It changes your brain and you actually start doing whatever you would like to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for all that insight that you've given us regarding affirmation. So everybody that has just joined us, I'd like to walk you through what Dr. Anushi and I have been discussing so far. So we discussed about labels. We discussed how do we get labels, what are some of the common and uncommon kind of labels. And now she's telling us how do we replace these labels into empowering thoughts and beliefs. So I love that example, Dr. Anushi, that you just gave, that, right? So something that is like, I am lazy, right the opposite. And I feel like just having a very calm mind and listing everything about you that you feel like isn't helping you, and perhaps writing the opposite can be the way you can really start. That's how I started. And you can even sing your affirmations. It's like Dr. Anushi said, there are a lot of videos out there that you can look up on YouTube, and it can really get you started. So make it a routine. And the best way to build this habit is by clubbing it with breakfast, lunch, dinner. Do it with one of these, and make sure that today is the day when you commit that you want to change some of your labels that are not helping you. Dr. Anushi, has there been a time when a client came to you and they just had one label that was actually controlling all areas of their lives? Has that ever happened?
One. Yeah, I am not good enough. That is one common, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this person puts so much pressure on himself because he feels that I'm not a good father, I'm not a good employee, and I'm not a good son. So it is so much pressure for this person because that label impacts the relationships, work, everywhere.
Absolutely.
That
what's the alternative belief to that? Like, how would I replace if somebody here also thinks that they're not good enough? Or what's the best suited affirmation that you would advise them?
First of all, they need to feel that I am perfect just the way I am. And I am perfect, whole and complete. I have my own skills and abilities. I can shine in this area, or they can, again, particular area which is stopping them. So if he feels that I am not a good father, he can make particular those that I am a really wonderful father, and he has to be there. And so taking some small actions and acknowledging them. And I would like to hear, you reminded me for the youth, because we are targeting the teen and youth. So parents of teen and youth also can do the same. That if the child is trying to give away that label, so they also have to start talking that language with them, that yeah, you are changing, and have a little conversation with them, that if you want any help from our side, and you are, and acknowledging their small progress, that yeah, you did this, you are not finishing today, you finished this work, I'm so glad that you are changing. And also start telling them, yeah, you try to become a little active, rather than saying, okay, you are lazy and you will never change and you will always do this. So rather than doing that, they can tell them that, yeah, we are there with you and you are changing, and also acknowledging other qualities, that, yeah, you are doing this. And that will help the child to give away, release that, and empowering belief will easily flow into their life, right?
Absolutely. Thank you. I love that. And it also helps us understand that there is no age limit to alter your limiting beliefs or to empower your beliefs, right? So, but the earlier you get it done, the better, the better, and the more consciously you live your life. And it's interesting that, you know, you meet people at 15, 16, they carry some labels, but they're all at a very surface level. The same person, when they become an adult or an older adult, you know, those have become into deep rooted trees of beliefs, right? And they've already started impacting into all areas of their lives. So we seriously encourage that, you know, we all carry labels and don't be shy of them. Just own them. And we like to hear from whoever is listening or is going through a replay. You know, comment below. What are some of the beliefs or some of the labels that you've given yourself? Let's all be very open about it.
You can write in the comment box. We can understand that what are the usually they do, and any help they need, we can reply them.
Absolutely, we'll try to respond if you guys are live right now. But I usually like to see it as, you know, as younger kids, or while your subconscious mind is open, these are seeds. Even the labels are seeds, and by the time you become 35, 45, 55, these have become into big giant trees. And you know, it's very interesting, Dr. Anushi. I meet some of the senior citizens in my family, or even, you know, family friends, or just friends family, and they're still talking about everything that went wrong in their childhood. Imagine, they still haven't made peace with it. So and that's just sad, because you've carried that burden of something that probably doesn't even exist, you know, in the real world, with you for 40, 50 years of your life. So the earlier you get rid of it, the happier you would feel.
True. They might need some healing at that particular time once they do that. Absolutely. True. And then once they do that, then they are able to let go that belief and that label, and life can be. And it's very true that as young age, if they start working on that, it becomes easy to eliminate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there is a very funny incident that comes to my mind right now, and probably I think you also shared this with me, and you can bring it up today as well. So you know, I was infected with corona about 2.5 months or 3 months back, and I had this I carry this strong belief and a label with myself that I'm super healthy. Okay, so I affirm that again and again and again, and that has, you see, now that I've conditioned my mind to believe that I am very healthy. So growing up, compared to other kids, I would never get cold, flu, I would never fall sick. Nah, because I believed that I was healthy. And perhaps my parents said that, so I believed it much easily. I still carry that as an adult. So although I was infected with COVID, okay, I kept saying, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. You will not believe, I did not take any medicine, okay? Thanks to my subconscious mind, it helped me go through those 8 days without having any symptom. And I feel like where people are suffering so much because of the same disease, it's not that I'm lucky, right? We're all made with the same mass and same bones and same weights. What was different is because I believed that I am healthy and nothing comes to me that easily. When it is my physical health, I manifested that, and I keep manifesting it again and again. And I think you also had a similar experience, right? When you took your vaccine, I think.
Yes, yes. This is a wonderful sharing Dishita. Yeah, so I also kept on hearing from all people, yeah, when you take Pfizer, you get fever, you will get pain and headaches and all that. I said, okay, not for me. And what is my affirmation? So I said, my joyful, fun, and easy vaccination. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. And with this affirmation, I'm going and easily all the process. Actually, it was fun, the nicely, the way everything organized, and they varies with a beautiful smile. The person is welcoming me. And after that, even the Arab guy, he's coming and asking me, ma'am, are you all right? Wait for some time. And I was completely enjoying that. And actually 2 days also, I enjoyed that. And the whole week, I didn't have anything apart from little discomfort that something has happened, like vaccine has been done. That's it. So it was amazing. And I feel that the body itself has a normal healing power. So body listens to you. It constantly, if you give that good positive emotions and positive thoughts, the body is going to respond to that, right?
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, treat it like a child, right? When a child walks, you tell it that, you're doing so well. When it's just trying to walk, or from crawling, it's come up to walking. And when you encourage the child starts walking in no time, right? It doesn't give up. So your mind is not giving up until you give up. So make sure that you are consistent and persistent. And like Dr.
Anushi can tell to our all listeners also that you are unique. You are a beautiful expression of God. So don't give up on yourself and appreciate yourself. Be there for yourself and give this encouragement to yourself. And you can become anything, as you had mentioned, that anything, anyone. But you need to decide and believe that, right?
Absolutely. So we can have one affirmation that is personally my favorite, and we can repeat it 3 times, and then we'll take one question that Mr. Prabhu has popped into our chat. So let us all affirm that I am perfectly designed, because you can't be feeling like maybe something is wrong with me, maybe I'm not God's favorite. Like, no, leave all that. You are perfectly designed the way you are. So Dr. Anushi, do you want to recite it thrice? And people can recite it with us? Yeah. I am perfectly designed. I am perfectly designed. I am perfectly designed. What is your favorite affirmation? Let's recite that as well.
Perfect, whole, and complete.
Love that. All right. So I am perfect, whole, and complete.
I'm perfect, whole,
and complete. I am perfect, whole, and complete. Love that. Love that. All right. So Mr. Prabhu is asking us reprogramming. I think his question is regarding how can he reprogram his labels. So Mr. Prabhu, Dr. Anushi's already shared her secrets with us. If you can rewind a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry. Or do you want to tell them briefly, or you want to tell them?
Go ahead, Dr. Anushi. I'll leave it.
So, Mr. Prabhu, you can use the affirmation technique, the label which is exactly opposite to that in present tense and positive statement, which you can repeat continuously for a few times and add some supportive affirmations and do it regularly. That way you can reprogram your subconscious mind and be deep-rooted that unconscious belief which you have will eliminate, and the empowering one will come into your life, in your being.
Awesome. So affirmations are nothing but the thoughts that we have. We all have these internal thoughts that are continuously on like a chatterbox in our mind, right? So those are our affirmations. So make sure that now you watch them. What are you telling yourself? And alter them. It's a process, but in 1 week, you can really be a master of your thoughts. It just takes 1 week if you're very consistent with it. So,
very true.
Dr. Anushi, I'll just like to ask you a quick question. So it's more like a rapid fire, okay? So whatever word comes to your mind, The first word that comes to your mind, please tell us, okay? Don't think too much.
Okay.
Dr. Anushi, when I say youth, what is that one word that comes to your mind?
Energetic.
Lovely. When I say subconscious mind, what comes to your mind?
The master of everything, I think. That's the...
It's ultimately the controller, right?
I think the computer, main computer, I can say.
Love that analogy. Yeah, lovely, lovely. And one client, okay, that taught you something during your session, and what was the takeaway that that client gave you? And if you can put that into one line or one word, that'll be fantastic. Like, was there any time when you had when you picked up something from that client in return? A learning.
Forgiveness.
Beautiful. Love that.
Actually, Dishita, each client teaches you something.
Absolutely.
But I remember, yeah, one forgiveness.
Love that. And my last question is, Dr. Anushi. Dr. Anushi, what word comes to your mind?
Sweet.
I couldn't agree more. And I also know that you have a very lovely daughter and you share a fantastic relationship with her. So Dr. Anushi, I know that, since she's surrounded by you, who is just not an amazing mother, but an amazing coach as well. Okay. Can you tell us, like, as a parent, what was that one thing that you are so proud that you taught your girl at a very young age as a coach?
Wow. This is a very, very beautiful question, Dishita. I feel that I taught her at very young age, which I would like to have the knowledge. Because at my age, I feel that I didn't have that. Of course, initially I used to feel guilty that I didn't teach her when she was baby. But of course, we learn only when we are ready. So I feel that, thank God, I could tell her that she is unique and she can be that unique person and achieve anything in life. At the same time, she can be happy, peaceful, joyful, and a wonderful human being. But of course, we learn only when. Okay, this is technical glitch. All good, Dishita?
Yes, all good. So Zoom just pops in and we have an audio that pops in. So sorry about that. But Dr. Anushi, love that. And when you say you've given her knowledge.
Yeah, I feel that Dishita now, in fact, whenever I see her, to how she's beautifully blossoming, each and every goal she achieves flawlessly, easily, and at the same time, her connection with God, that divine, that trust has really become so strong. So I feel that, thank God, I could teach her that yeah, you are always connected to that divine, that power, which is ready to give you everything. Whichever should be, the result should be harmony, the harmonious result. So then the God is with you. That I thank God I could teach her that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And that is what we do, right? At the end of the day, as coaches, we want everybody around us and all our clients to come out feeling connected to their higher power. And I think she's learned it so naturally. Probably this isn't even any different from her routine lifestyle, right? So I'm very happy to hear that. And it's not difficult for any parent that is listening to us. It's not difficult. Perhaps you and your child, both of y'all, can start this journey together. Like, there is no, everybody has their own timing, right? So
yes,
Dr.
absolutely.
That lovely share and personal share, I would say. Dr. Anushi, now, would you like to share how can people get in touch with you? Are there any upcoming courses?
Yeah. Yes, Dishita. First of all, they can start following our social media handles. Because, oh yeah, that reminds me, I had this one of the label. I'm not a social media person. I used to think that social media is waste of time and I cannot be some person who can share on social media. And then I realized that it's not true. Social media is not that bad. It's about how do we use it. And see, it is, of course, amazing how wonderfully we are sharing with so many people this amazing knowledge, right? So it's about you control the social media. It's not that, don't let the social media control you. So yes, they can follow us on our Insta, Facebook, and our YouTube and all. And yeah, one of the course and workshop I'm going to give them as a gift so they can join there. And youth empowerment program is also coming. So would love to bring more of that. And they can follow us, and I think that will give them the information. And what about you, Dishita? Do you want to tell something about your book?
Sure, Dr. Anushi, thank you. So I will add your contact details under the video. People can follow you there. Also, Dr. Anushi, reserve a spot for me in your next youth empowerment. I will be a part of it for sure, because I'm very excited to see how. I mean, I've been a fan of Louis Hay for a very long time. So for sure, and you being the coach, I'll be more than happy to be a part of it. So do share the details, and people will follow you for sure. Thank you for bringing that up. I am writing my book. It's still in the process, but I'm very excited because there are days when I have these just like sugar rush. I have thought rush. I mean, I have all these thoughts that come up and I pen them down. But it's been happening with a few days, and then a few days I still have to work hard on putting them together. So yeah, I'm writing my book. Your mind is your best friend, because we rightly said, it's our mind that is controlling everything. When I say mind, it's actually a subconscious mind. That's the computer, like Dr. Anushi rightly said. It's the computer that is controlling all of you, the full of you, So thank you, Dr. Anushi. And anything that you like to, leave, you like to leave the listeners with, any bit of advice that can really help them get started on their journey?
I would say just believe in yourself, that you are the greatest expression of this life. That always feel that, yeah, I am that greatest expression of God or divine or whichever power you believe in. And then start working on this journey. Start working with that faith. Take that faith in your heart and start going into this journey and see how everything becomes easy and it's really beautiful.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. And I think that's how I started my journey as well. And I'm glad that, everybody here has a point of beginning where they can begin with their affirmations. So just get started. Don't think too much. And I'm sure in a few days, you can actually get back to me and to Dr. Anushi and tell us that what are the few labels that y'all were able to convert in the next few weeks. There are some labels that will change very quickly, but then there are some labels that might require some extra effort, right? So just get started and get back to us. And thank you so much, Dr. Anushi, for your time, for all your knowledgeable insights on this topic, and for your presence. I'm very happy that I get to share this space with you.
Thank you so much, Dishita, for the invite, and thank you everyone for making this special. And all the best to everyone. Sending everyone lots of love, peace, and positive vibes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Dr. Anushi. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And once again, I'm going to drop Dr. Anushi's contact details. You can get in touch with her, and do let us know what are some of the labels that you are working on or you wish you could change. Because everything and anything is possible once you put your mind into it. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.